Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to Clumsy Flying Wednesdays. Tuesdays for some, as Sonoma said. Thanks for joining. Welcome back. How are we doing? We have a couple of folks in chat, some familiar faces. Nice to see you guys again. How are you? Teso, I finally going with Skypark today. Are you happy? I'm happy. AJ, glad you made it. How's it been going? You're still playing Hitman? How is it? Hey Sonoma, how about for you? What have you been playing recently? Patrick, GG. Have you been in Jack's stream? I lurked a bit like a few seconds a while ago. Was busy doing household chores. Couldn't stay long. I saw he was ghost hunting. How are things? Blazing, glad you made it back again. Are you on air? Colombia to Canada with 1 passenger and 500 kg of cigarettes on board. Nice. Been good. Is that sarcastic? We'll see. So, today, as I mentioned, we are going with Skypark because I realized there are many other things that I have not been able to check out yet, and there has been an update. Unfortunately, because I haven't been able to check it out yet, I can't even check out the update just yet. So let me delve into the detail a bit more. So here's Skypark. We've seen this before. Looks amazing. Best UI ever in an economy or a career mode kind of thing, where we are a pilot and not really an airline manager. So we focus on flying, not on managing at all. Now the thing is, apparently there are many different types of handcrafted contracts, and I don't even have access to them. So we have a Skypark series in YouTube. If you haven't seen it yet, exclamation point YouTube gets you there. 3 episodes in so far. But there are some that I can't even unlock. So like for example, the Soriano one. So if there are like special keywords, if you go to their Discord, they share all these special events. And there's the Soriano contracts, which is focusing on Bolivia, which should be somewhere in South America, is it? I think. Let's try and find it. There, Bolivia. That should be pretty scenic, but I can't even unlock it. Because apparently, there are some certain requirements in terms of level. Well, some of them you need to be level 5. And reliability. This is where my clumsiness is going against me, because you have to have a certain score to unlock those contracts, and I don't have that yet. I guess at some points I had to get rid of some of the contracts, either because of rage quitting, the sim crashing on me, and I rage quit. Just too lazy to continue. But when you cancel a contract, your reliability goes down, or when a contract expires. And I'm not sure what our score is, but definitely not high enough to unlock those. So the goal for today is to go on as many contracts as we can, get as much XP, improve our reliability, and of course sightseeing along the way. So I've found some nice ways to find some interesting sites using this app alone. So we'll see. Hey Alex. Wow. Right on cue. How are you doing, man? Thanks for joining. Were you ghost hunting with Jack a while ago? Hey, Bunky. Why didn't that alarm? That doesn't notify. Interesting. Thanks for joining, Bunky, and thanks for converting that into a tier 1 sub. GG. It's going to be automatic now, automatically renewed. Appreciate it, man. How goes your flying? Firewatch is nice. Isn't that like the short story? I think I finished that. Very interesting story, if that's the one I'm imagining. So what I found is in Skypark, so you can get all these contracts, right? And these are mostly like handcrafted contracts. I think many of them are. But in addition, you can sort them, you can change them for like if you like to fly business jets, so you can filter that like that, or if you're okay with anything, you can clear that. You can even look for like, I want something with an ILS, I want something with a runway lighting, things like that. But now they also added, you can actually have multiple legs in a single contract. Unfortunately, this is one of those which I haven't unlocked yet either. I think it requires at least level 5. So if I search for it, we have like one here. Boost reliability score, maybe that one I can have or I need. But yeah, apparently based on the screenshots I was checking in Discord, the screenshots that people are sharing, there are multiple legs all over the world and I don't even have visibility on them. So we are a bit behind in that regard. So let's go and get on a job. What I am interested in doing is something like going, for example, on a business jet and then saying, give me the results, but make it that you show me first the jobs with the highest topography variations. So that's descending. So we see first that one with the most variation. And what I mean by that is if you look at that kind of gray thing, that kind of funky wavy line, that's actually the landscape based on the flight. So you can see how varied it is. If you're going to go through a lot of mountains, you know, or if it's flat. So that would be a bit more, give you a higher chance of seeing something scenic. You know, if you have that sort by topography variations, even if you don't know anything about the place. I just discovered this yesterday, so let's check it out today. Looks pretty promising. But my question to you guys is, do you want to fly anywhere specific? Americas, Europe, Africa, Australia, Asia? Let me know in chat, okay? In the meantime, let me catch up to the guys. Let me see. Hitman 3 on full price wasn't worth it? Ah, I see. Yeah, Firewatch was nice. It's very interesting. So even though you don't manage an airline, there is so much to unlock. There is so much to progress into. And they haven't even implemented like the full features of it. So it's still in early access. So right now you can't spend your money yet. But even with just unlocking, improving your level, increasing your reputation, and unlocking more contracts, more interesting ones, that's a nice drive, nice goal. When I heard of that, when I got wind of that, I didn't have access to all the contracts yet. I was like, I have to do more jobs. This is something I have to work on. That gives me a goal to pursue. Very nice. Scotsman ever first, how are you? Yarbla, how's it going? Nice seeing that fancy CG bronze badge next to your name. Still part of the cool kids club. Madagascar. Yeah, I'm not sure how nice the landscape is in different regions, but we can try. Amsterdam. Yar, Jack, how was ghost hunting? I dropped by for a few seconds before I had to hang my clothes. How is it? So for example, if you look in this region, in Europe, I would expect a lot of Austria and Switzerland jobs maybe. Actually no, lots of things in France even. Ljubljana, Slovenia to France. This one for example, Italy to Switzerland. Very interesting stuff. So we can try those out, let me know. In the meantime, let me just search through here and I will catch up with chat. I think I'm still a bit behind. There is no demo to check if it runs fine for you. You mean Skypark? I don't think so. But I mean, if your sim can run FS 2020, then you can definitely run Skypark. There shouldn't be an issue there. But I guess what you mean is, if you like it, like trial before you commit, I guess that's the one that isn't there. Let's see if there's something in the Philippines. We have something that varied. We do have some. Wow, some spiky mountains in there, although just a few ones. This one is going to Naiya. Interesting stuff. Yeah, not a lot of variations in the landscape in the Philippines. Although we do have mountains, but I guess not as many as others. No badge for you. Well, you do have the VIP. We'll take that. Hang your clothes. Maybe you wash it first. Right. Lots in India for sure. Lots in this area. To start with, let me see. Europe or South America is my bet. Let's see here. We haven't been flying in Europe a lot. Maybe that's something we can spend a bit more time on. So this is from Norway to Denmark. Which one is that? That one. What is this? Clay. Not so exciting load, but we can make that work. Photo lab equipment from Landvetter. Can try this one, this short one. 119 nautical miles only. Oh my goodness, look at that variation. Okay. Highest obstacle is 7,000 feet. It's nice you can actually see all these information already even before you accept the job. Get to Fagernes. Probably butchered that. To Mold. Both in Norway. That looks pretty interesting actually. There's an ILS approach. 7,000 feet runway. That should be pretty manageable actually. Chile is very famous actually. Yeah, Chile is very famous. I've seen a lot of screenshots with that nice view. Nice to be back in the cool kids, I know, right? I've been sharing a few videos in the Cool Kids Club channel. Just flight sim related stuff. If you're into that thing. Let's see if there's something in Chile here. Where is Chile geographically? 1 second. I'm not very familiar with South America geography. There it is, Chile. I guess close to Bolivia, relatively. Yeah. So let's see if there's something that goes from there or goes to there. There it is. Chile to Argentina, 788 nautical miles. They want hand tools from... Wow. That looks pretty interesting. Highest obstacle is 13,500. We can take this. That looks pretty cool. Caldera, Chile. It's a very small runway, 3936, but I think the CJ4 can handle it. Oh my goodness, 3,600 on the landing as well. Scary. Hey, Pogi. When did I promise it? Welcome. Promise is a very strong word. How are you? Thanks for joining. That's actually pretty promising. I think I like that. Last one before we decide. 13.4 as well. Shave. I think I like the previous one better. That one looks good. Chile to Argentina. It's also... Oh, this is actually even higher. Look at this. 1,067 nautical miles. Gives us 81 XP. And we start off in the mountains based on this landscape. So looks like we are going around lots of mountains in here. El Salar Airport. What's a Pume Stone? I have no idea. Gobernador Castelio. In Argentina. That's a bigger runway. No ILS approach, but there is a asphalt in there. We can work with that. Iveco to Bern. Oh, you mean in the trucking, the ETS2 Season 2 that we can fly there? Yeah, not in this stream, but probably in a Skypark one. Yes, we have to fly there eventually. Not sure you would classify that as a promise though. But yeah, I get your point. Let's take that one. And let's plan it out. Let me plug in the airports first. Sierra Charlie, Sierra India. Ooh. Sierra Alpha Victor Victor. Gobernador Castillo. Okay, let's see. The flight plan itself, that's the one. So we start off from the northwest, make our way southeast towards the edge of Argentina. Looks pretty interesting, and this area I think looks pretty mountainous all over. Cool stuff. Yeah, you can see we start off, oh my goodness, 20,000 feet is the safe altitude. I would imagine there's a departure, and there is no departure. Oh my goodness, really? Okay. There is an arrival procedure in the destination though, Gobernador Castillo. Let's see. Based on the weather there, not the best visibility, 4.3 nautical miles. There's a bit of fog, I think. One runway is closed, so we only have this one. 11 and 29er. Runway 11 looks like a perfect spot to go. 107, so we can go with the RNAV 11 approach. Grafeco. Did you watch season 2? Hey, thanks for the raid, Carl Anthony. Welcome, guys. Thanks for joining. How are you? That could be an interesting approach, although this one is the perfect one for us with the Varul transition. Looking good there. Aeropuerto Gobernador Edgardo Castelio. Okay. Now, what altitude should we start with? I guess let's start off pretty low. 21,000 would be nice. And then let's climb later, because I think that would give us a nice view over these mountains. Yes, let's try that. That would be interesting. Calculate that one. Give me a flight plan. There you go. Some airways, some VORs. Oh, that's nice. Lots of airways. Good. That actually looks pretty professional. It's going to be 2 hours 44 minutes. Crap. That will be long. You might have to fast forward a bit. Skypark does support it, so there is no penalty for doing accelerated time, accelerated sim rate, thankfully. Let's open Navigraph as well. I'm using the Stream Deck now to move the windows around, so it's easier to show you stuff by a click. Don't need to drag and drop the windows. It's very helpful. Why didn't that load anything? It's interesting. So there is no chart on the destination, the origin airport, I think. There's an RP runway 11, and it has a chart as well. So only for the arrival looks like. That's fine. So we'll have to wing it in the beginning, and then as we approach our arrival, it should be a bit more clear for us. Good. Entertainment. I'm sure you guys will help me entertain ourselves. We'll find a way. We'll find something to talk about. Thanks for joining us, guys. Patagonia. I've heard lots of things about that as well. Where is it geographically? Is it near this area? I've heard so much from that, but I'm not really familiar with the place. Alright, so let's load it up. In terms of the fuel report, oh my goodness, we'll need all our fuel, I think. And we'll have to, maybe we'll even, worst case, have to stop somewhere. So we can't do that because of maximum weight. I think we'll have to unload some passengers. Well, I don't have a co-pilot, so we can do that. And then we can clear out these guys as well. CG out of limit. Okay, let's keep that maybe. 4 people. 4 people, 300 on the cargo. We can make that work. Some of you guys will have to take the next trip though. There you go, 17,000 out of 17,110. That should be okay. Alright, 251 Charlie Lima. Do you guys want to use pilot to ATC? Or do you want to go there manually or just not use any ATC? El Salar, that's the one. Hey, goodness. Very small airport. At least there's 7,300 feet of it. Let's make that a bit more scenic. Live weather, live traffic, just not live time. Okay, let's load it up. Pilot to ATC. Okay, let's go pilot to ATC. In the south further down. Ah, I see. Real player co-pilot. I think there is someone who released that already. You also fill out Sim Toolkit Pro here. Yeah, I think there is something already. I think it's a paid product. I think it's called Your Controls, where you can synchronize the controls with some other person. So that would be nice. Let's load that up. There you go. Just fill these out so you guys will have visibility on our progress in the top bar. Network is pilot to ATC. Oh, we can't have that there. Okay, fine. Just say offline. Okay, did that update? Okay, that should have updated the top bar. Let me know if it doesn't, okay? Okay. Let's have a look. It's a bit dark. Might need a bit more lighting in here. How about that? 7 a.m. Dawn. I'm not sure if there's just really no clouds or if it's if it didn't load live weather. We'll see. Fly there upside down. Pilot to ATC. Let me load it up. I hope I still remember how to use it. Let's also enable the radio effect of the sound, so it's a bit more realistic, even though they're quite robotic. Trying to find it. Where the heck did I leave it? Oh, there it is. Okay, 1 second. Is it this one? No. Because normally with Pilot to ATC, it uses the text to speech from Windows. So you get that more or less robotic voice, but with some third-party tool, you can at least make those voices a bit more radio-like, so it's a bit more believable. So this one, that's the one. So I think it's this one. Equalizer APO is what I'm using. I think I just have to enable that one, and that should be good already. I think. Right. Hey Tom. Welcome back. Just got Fern bus. Can't get the bus to go. There should be a help file or a help in the beginning when you're loading it up. Like press Z, then press this, then press this. What does it tell you now? Maybe it's not mapped to the accelerator or something. There it is. Now our cruising altitude will be a bit more serious this way. If we're working with pilot to ATC, so we can't have it there. I think we'll have to make it up to 450. Errors in flight plan. Oh, I guess we have some limitations in that airway. Altitude restrictions, we'll have to recalculate that. There you go. Okay, good. Getting the higher variance. So 450. Let's make that 450 as well. Let me export that again. Fine. All graphics cards support more than one monitor. Most of them depends on what you see at the back of the GPU. But most of them have more than one now, I think. All of the modern ones have it. Best to check beforehand though. Usually if you look at the pages, the specifications, you can see how many slots there are. Rip! Hey Grinch! How's it going? Welcome back. Did I load this stuff up? Let me load it again. Because I forgot. How many monitors do I use? I have 3. There we go, yeah, Bla mentioned. Yeah. With streaming, at the very least, I would recommend 2. 3 is nice to have, especially with flight sim when you have so many other paraphernalia. But it should be 450. I think it doesn't want to accept it for some reason. We might have to settle for 440. Maybe the rules here in South America is different. I don't know. Okay. 440 then. Wouldn't accept it. There you go. Okay, let's connect. Oh, it wouldn't connect because FSU IPC is not yet here. Doing good, man. Just warming up for our flight today. What have you been busy with these days? There we go. Validate. Departure airport as the first waypoint. I think the problem is this might not be a valid airport in pilot to ATC. Crap. So after all that work, this might not actually be a thing. Yeah. Fine. I don't know, this might be an FS 2020 specific airport, which is weird. Because I see it in Little Navmap. But then again, Little Navmap is synced with FS 2020 data. So looks like we won't have pilot ATC then, guys. Sorry about that. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Oh, the winds are pretty strong. 20 knots. Look at how sharp those are. That windsock all the way through. Okay. Looks like it's runway 28 then for our departure. Yeah, usually 2 monitors should be the minimum. 750 can support up to 3. Ah, nice. Cool. Alright. Start up the plane here. Let's get a little bit of lighting. Love the sound of the knobs. Sierra India. Oh, and let's not forget to load up the stuff. Otherwise, we might fly and not have the destination. That might be very tricky. Okay. 1 second, huh? That's the one. Load it up. And let's use the one that we planned from Little Navmap. There you go, all the bells and whistles. Fly that. And we are ready to go. Good. North up. That's the one. Pretty hassle-free. 1,000 nautical miles. Departure will be from runway 28 based on the winds. Go to plan mode here. See what we're plugging into. And I have gotten into the habit of plugging in the stuff myself, just so I'm a bit more familiar with the waypoints that I'll be flying through. Also gives me a good chance to check out what's really happening. So uniform Mike 543 jetway airway to Cordoba, Charlie Bravo Alpha. Ooh. That's 114.3. Oh, that's 114.5. This is the first time I'm actually asked for this, and the answer is not the first one, it's the second one. That's tricky. Then uniform Zulu 113. After I plug this in, I'll get back to chat, guys. I see it moving a bit. CMES. So what have you guys been up to recently? Did you watch the anniversary stream of ATS last night? I was trying to catch up with it over on YouTube. It's nice that they streamed on YouTube as well. UT700, my bad. So you can watch it immediately. New chassis and stuff. Kick in. And then Kimid. And that's the end of the waypoints. The next one is actually already the arrival. RNAV 11, if I remember correctly, with the Varul transition. Perfect. So with that, we can check the waypoints now, if it makes sense. So far, so good. Still headed southeast. Gesni, Rexa, Vumod, Osa, Enrail, Kikin, Kimid, and then there's a discontinuity, and then Varul. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, good. That's nice. That's working. Perf in it, how many people did we say we have? Was it 4 or 1, 2, 3, 4 people and 300 on the cargo? So 4 people and then 300 pounds on the cargo. Climbing to flight level 450 today, but initially 210 just to admire the view. And that should be good right there, and that should make us ready for starting up the engine. And now we can get back to chat. Sorry. There you go. Okay, Tisera, let me know when you have questions on the mods list. Hope you find it useful. One blue VGA and the other seems to be more pins. That is probably a DVI. Yeah, exactly. VGA and a DVI port. Hello from Finland. Hey, Lare. Hope I read that right. How are you? Thanks for joining. It's a bit late there, isn't it? Thanks for managing to join regardless of the time. Let's enjoy a bit the sounds, the beautiful sounds. Let's turn on track IR as well, so we can look around better. Oh, I have something. So I plugged in the shortcuts in my Stream Deck as well. So we have more options like... Wait, let's start the engine first. So later we'll have more options like left wing, front of the plane, right wing. It's a bit more professional. Just easier to access. 276 on the heading. Let's go and plug that in for now. That would be the runway heading. 276. Wait for the engine to start up fully. Ignition starter still hasn't got out. Finished start flight, earned around 450k. Nice, congrats. What airline, what economy plugin are you using? Set that on air. 2:30 a.m. Ah, you're night shift. Nice. Okay, then that should be no problem for you. Awesome, man. Turn on the air conditioning. Let's make it a bit less like so. Avionics can go fully on, that's great. Flight director can go on. Let's climb to 21,000 feet initially. Good. Let's go to heading mode, FLC. Heading because we're not following any particular instrument departure. So we'll be basing it on the heading for now. And then we'll join our flight plan when we get settled airborne. FLC 240 knots, that's looking good. Get the local altimeter here, 3018. Okay, good. 3018. So this is indeed live weather. 274 at 19 knots. And air temperature is 22 degrees. Not bad. That would be the most comfortable temperature for outside. Looking good there, no need for anti-ice, those are our V-speeds. You can confirm that goes through there. That has been plugged in automatically. Nice. Awesome. Still NeoFly. Oh, right. Yeah, NeoFly is great. Did you manage to buy your own plane? Is that how it works?
May I have your attention, please?
Clumsy Airlines.
At this time, please comply
yeah, I hope so too.
Seatbelt and no smoking signs. Thank you.
That's why I highly recommend that you guys fasten
May I have
your
your attention,
seatbelts.
please? The captain has turned on the seatbelt sign.
There you go.
Please fasten your seatbelt and shoulder harness at this time. Thank you.
Awesome. Looks like mountains all over the vicinity. Alright, good to go. Spool that up, get us moving. Come on. Do I have my parking brake still on? No, I don't. I'm not moving. There we go. Because we're on grass, it's a bit more sticky. That's okay. That's just the warning that we don't have our heaters on yet. That's fine, we'll turn it on later. So let's back taxi on this runway all the way to the end. Let me also check how our performance is. It's saying we're going to take up 4,000 feet out of 7,000 feet of the runway. But then again, we have pretty nice winds, although we are pretty high up, 7,500 feet elevation this runway, this airport, if you could call it that. Airfield maybe more like. Good tip. Still around 400k. Yeah, if you had that for real, oh, you can retire. Not quite, but closer at least. Runway 28 is what I chose, right? Yes, runway 28, good. Should actually have turned on my strobes here, and landing lights can go on as well. There's even an option to go like pulse lights here. I think that's more for like bird strikes. So it's like that. It's a bit dizzying, but I think that has something to do with bird strikes, if I understand correctly. Prevents bird strikes from happening if you're in an area with lots of bird activity. Alright, it's time. Let's not forget about the flaps. Stab trim for takeoff. Check our controls. Free and correct, I hope. We'll see later. Okay, wow, it's a long runway, thankfully. The plane just needs RGB, I know, right? You catch some ghosts a while ago, Jack? Who are you playing with earlier? Goodness, strong winds here. 23 knots on the ground. Wow. Thankfully, it's mostly proper headwind based on the runway we're taking off from. So, shouldn't be that bad. Let's stay on the edge of the runway to get that most space. There we go. Runway 28. 276 on the heading, and as I mentioned in the previous videos, I don't bother to use the takeoff mode anymore. It's just more hassle for me, and it's worth 50%. Looking good. And of course I forgot some things. 1 second. TARA. This is why you have a checklist. Alright, let's also go start the timer, why not? That's what that warning is for. Takeoff thrust is set. Airspeed's alive. Little bit of aileron deflection to the left. Oh my goodness, it's a slow climb. Speed is coming up very slowly. V1, rotate, thankfully. Because of the density, altitude of the airport, it takes so long to climb than usual. Positive rate gear up. V2 plus 10. Flaps going up. Yaw damper can go on. Can let go of my pedals here. And we can start enjoying the view. Go to the climb detent. Timer can stop. Let me trim it properly before I turn on autopilot. It's a good practice. There we go. Autopilot is on. And now we can really enjoy the scenery. Almost there. There we are. Very small airport. What are these? Like water farms? Interesting. Okay. So let's turn left. Intercept our path there. 10,000 feet. Let's turn off the lights. I wonder if that works the same. Because we started from 7,000. And we had to turn off the landing lights like 3,000 feet above ground. And look at this, 10,000 feet, and we still have these mountains almost right beside us. Should actually have turned on the terrain in this case. Let's turn that on. More excitement. Maybe it's a bit too late. Yeah, we don't see anything here anymore. Oh, there it is. Oh my goodness, yeah. Mountains all over the place. We'll have to climb higher, faster. Now the legs, why are you still runway? Go direct to Armos. And then go to nav mode. Whew, that's scary. Climb guys, climb. Pull the lever. Hey Oxy, how are you? Welcome back. When you have all that red in front of you, yeah, things can get a bit scary. Let me double check that Skypark is doing its job. Yeah, it's tracking. No problem there. Interestingly enough, the winds have all but disappeared. If you look at that, 1 knot. Or a while ago it was 20 knots. Where was all that wind coming from? Updraft from the mountains, maybe. Interesting stuff. So, anyone know more about Chile? Is it more like a... what do you say? I didn't think it was more like a desert kind of landscape biome. I thought it would be filled with like forests and greenery. It's not all what I was expecting. Looks great though. Let's see how it looks later. And all you know is a country in Latin America. Yeah, same with me. Don't know much about it. At least not yet. 19,000. Look at the scary thing here. If I go to MEM1 with like the fuel estimates, you can see destination 0 pounds. That means we won't have enough fuel to get to our destination. Ideally, that will change later on. As we climb higher, the fuel estimates will change because we are burning less fuel. So hopefully later that becomes a different picture. Let's turn on terrain here again. That looks like even at this altitude we're still going to hit that guy in front of us, so we still have to climb higher. Goodness. Many small islands. Makes you fart. That might be a different Chile. Punch it, Chewy. Punch it, we did. Longitude Flight Dynamics Mod got an update on Sunday. Ah, nice. What does it change? What does it improve on? It's becoming a great mod, isn't it? Some ghosts got you. Blah, Michael and Craig. Ah, nice. Full house. Who was van duty?
Altitude.
Standard altimeter here. Not actually familiar what transition altitude they use, but we'll take it. Yeah, 210 doesn't seem like it's safe still, which is interesting because based on Little Navmap we should be safe by 19,000 feet. So that's pretty interesting. Maybe the orange is like a warning, red is when you're going to hit something. But that looks definitely red, doesn't it? Yeah, that guy in front. I think we'll have to climb, guys. Let's climb higher. Or do you want to stay here for a bit more?
Altitude.
Yeah, let's take to flight level 210. Yeah, let's stay here. And then if needed, we can swerve to the left. But yeah, from this view, well, I think we're okay. We'll see. We'll trust Little Navmap more than the plane. Maybe this one is actually, the red is actually just saying you're close. Too close for comfort. Speaking of too close for comfort, let's not go beyond that overspeed tape. Let me pull back on the throttle a bit. Yes, I'm using a yoke. A CH Eclipse yoke. Pretty cheap, but gets the job done and has all the stuff you need. Has some throttles built in, has some pseudo rudder pedals if you don't have rudder pedals of your own. Highly recommend it if you're starting out. There goes the mountains. The mountains here aren't as edgy though, they're still a bit rounded. I thought they would have fixed all of those by now. So what do you guys think? Is it safe? Let's deviate just to be on the safe side. Let's be a bit more responsible. It fits. It does seem like it fits. Yeah, we're safe, we're good. Just to make it professional. Let's look over the right wing. Yeah, that's cutting it pretty close there. Then we can turn into it again. Nice. Let's go to nav mode. Never say it to the passengers. I think that's a good call. Don't let them know how panicked you are. Blah was the only one left in the game. Did you manage to get everything, Blah? Or did you have to like run away with a van? Looking good there. Let's start our climb. Climb to flight level 450 with Hatter Fun. Going to climb detent, flight level change. And let's adjust the speed so that we can climb a bit steeper. 240 knots as recommended. There she goes. Looks a bit low quality from here, huh? Looks like they don't have very nice satellite imagery here. Looks a bit blurred. Bit of a shame. Maybe in some place. The yoke in the plane is animated. Yeah, like that. Might give you a belly rub. Hopefully not. Let's see when those terrain warnings would disappear. So yeah, this is playing it a bit safe, right? Even though it's red, we could have we went through just fine. So maybe like 1,000, 2,000 feet more allowance, maybe something like that. 3D print one. Which one? Oh, the yoke? Oh, that would be interesting. Lots of moving parts there though, so might be tricky. But if you're up for that stuff, that would be an exciting project. People in the back are screaming. They're screaming with joy, with excitement. Let's have a look from the left wing. Not too shabby. I'll take that view. It feels more like an alien planet, doesn't it? Like something you would see in Elite Dangerous when you're exploring the area. Cool. Phasmophobia, yeah. Latin America. That would be great. Although Microsoft did confirm UK update is coming next week. And then after that is France. France, Belgium, Netherlands, I'm sure Scotsman will be happy, and Luxembourg. So they have a term for it. They combine the different words. Forgot what the term is. I'm not sure if that's a real term, but it fits. Benelux, I think. Benelux, yeah. Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg. France and Benelux is the next world update. So next week. Oh, speaking of next week, it's Chinese New Year here next week. But it's Chinese New Year next week, Lunar New Year. So I will be out for a couple of days. Not sure if I can manage to stream. We'll see. But yeah, it's the biggest holiday here in Singapore. We'll see how we fare there. I'll be off from work like 1 to 5 days in total, including the weekends. Nice. Turn off track IR so you don't get busy or dizzy. How someone made one because quarantine. You use the yoke as the steering wheel in ETS2 because why not? I remember when I used the yoke for farming at one point because I had itchy legs. Some people here might actually remember. Still waiting for a headband, man. Oh, maybe I can join next time. How small you can go when you want to print something in 3D. Nice. I have no idea how that works. Are 3D printers a thing nowadays? Like it's how do you say, mainstream? Let's have a look at Little Navmap while we're climbing here. That's where we are. Oh, we should be right over what is this? Lago Salar de Arizaro? Oh, that one. That's apparently a body of water, but I don't think it does it justice. Yay! Hey! Yeah, that's a shame. This area doesn't look very well binged up, could be the term. So look in front at least. Enjoy. Finally had the points again and now it's gone. Hey Led, welcome back. Side panel. Yes, it's great. All the buttons. Even the screenshot. I can take screenshots much easier now. I actually forgot I had it. Just mapping keys here. Do a barrel roll. 3D printers are huge in campus for students. I wonder how that works now with the pandemic and everything. I guess they had to close down a lot of those shared facilities. Like in here in Singapore, anything that involves like possible sharing, they removed like the free testers when you're like, I saw at one point like normally they would have testers for the perfumes, that's gone. So anything that involves some kind of sharing of some sort, they had to remove. They're getting more popular. Nice. Probably a bit bulky for the home, but yeah, if the library or the university has it, that would be great. Yeah, this terrain radar is a bit on the conservative side, isn't it? If you're at even bit close to any mountain, it marks as red so that you'd have visibility on it. It's smart. Let's have a look at the... Okay, there you go. See? Now we'll have enough fuel. And it's continuing to climb. That's actually a good point there. Let me zoom into that. 1,200 and it's climbing, because if you look at the fuel flow here in the system, pounds per hour fuel consumption, 812 on each side, and getting less and less as we climb higher. So by the time we reach flight level 450, this will be, I can't remember, 400 pounds per hour? Something like that. And then we'll have a lot of fuel left based on the estimates. So yeah, it's not the smartest thing. I remember Premier One driver, because he uses like a similar avionics in his plane. I remember in one of his updates, like an avionics upgrade that he did. That's one of the upgrades that happened. Like even if you're just on takeoff and burning most of the fuel, like the most fuel, your pounds per hour is at its peak, something like that. It would already detect and it would already calculate based on how your fuel flow will be when you're on cruise. So even from takeoff, you'll have a proper estimate. This one in particular, not the smartest, but it works. Right? You'll get the full picture once you're on cruise. But on takeoff, it will look scary because it will seem like you won't have enough fuel. So that's one thing to watch out for. Well, that's nice. A little bit of view from the left. Let me do and catch up here on chat if I could. Best entry market printer. Oh, nice, 200 pounds. That's not bad, actually. Awesome. Look at that, Blah and Led meeting on the stream finally. It's been a while. Have you guys been farming recently? Joystick with your 3D pen would take 2 to 3 years. Oh my goodness. We can try and wait for it. Or you can make a side panel, right? A 3D side panel. They're not that big. Ah, I see. Ah, cool. How was the ink? What do you use for ink? Does it depend on the material that you are planning to print? Pizza! Enjoy, Blah. Oh crap. Yeah, the range to alt, the banana. Let me show you where it is. I think we have to zoom in a bit. There it is. You can turn that on. I think by default it's off. But you can go to, let me see, index. No. Index. And then there's an option here. Mod setting. Is it? No. One sec. Status, 1 second. There's something here for sure. I remember I turned it on at one point. Well, if I can manage to find it, that is. Status? No. Let's just fiddle around with everything until we find it. 0.10.2 version. I thought it was here. Maybe they changed it. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's always on now. I don't know. But let me know if you can't find it if you're flying with a plane. So that marker would be where you're at with your selected altitude. In our case, 45,000 feet. Flight level 450. Let me have a quick look, guys. 1 second. Wow, suddenly super quiet. If you look under general here, under data, okay, everything is on. Let me just double check that we are not getting limited by like data connection issues. Maybe it's really just this way. Okay. And now we can actually increase the lighting. Enjoy the front view. Plastic type of thing you use for the ink. Ah, the ink. What do you call it? Is it 3D ink? Any that the pen can heat up enough. Ah, so that's how it. So it starts off as solid, and then the pen kind of melts it. And then when it dries up, it hardens again. Nice. 1 kilogram filament spools as ink. Oh, that's pretty cool. AM Studio, he makes sim racing and other sim trucking racing stuff, side panels. Oh, Jack would love that. I think a 3D printer would fit you very well, Jack. Nice. Let me have a look here. 2 hours, 18 minutes to our destination. I think that will still change once we get to cruising speed. Yeah, that will still improve a bit. Because at this rate, we won't finish. We'll have to accelerate the time a bit. Hopefully we won't need to do that, but if we have to, we will. Our climb rate has also slowed down, less than 1,000 feet per minute now. Because we are getting really high up in the flight levels. We're going higher than an airline goes, the usual point. They only mostly go 390, 380, the flight levels. So this is welcome to the VIP flight levels, guys. For the CEOs, the Elon Musks, fly to the moon. Why not? That message got filtered. I wonder why. It's good. Climb rate is pretty sketchy. Yeah. When we reach the 40,000 feet, it gets really slow climbing. Space station mod, but you assume it's a bit buggy. Here in the sim? That's cool. Yeah. I haven't seen that yet. I don't know, blame Automod. Oh, little bit of update, guys. Asus finally contacted me again. So I think I'm getting the new monitors finally. I'm getting 2 new monitors, and then they'll let me keep the old one. One of the old ones I'll keep, 2 I'll be returning, and then I'll be buying 2 new ones. So I'll still have the same setup, but at least I won't be constantly thinking if they'll ask it back anytime. And they gave me a bit of a discount for the monitors. Pretty cool. Not looking forward to it so much though, because I'll have to disassemble the stuff again. And I remember trying to mount this up with my monitor arm, and it did not go swimmingly smooth. So guys might know I'm not the best when it comes to hardware. So I will be struggling again when the time comes. But we'll see. We'll see. It has to happen at one point. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, Jack. I think this rightmost one is the oldest one based on the box that it came with. The box came really, how do you say, rugged. The middle one is okay, but I think for my main monitor I'll want a new one for sure. So it's these two that I'll be replacing, and the left one I'll be keeping. Pretty happy with that. That way I also have warranty for these two. I was hoping I could get 3 new, and they would give me like buy 2 get 1 free, but they wouldn't allow me. It's too much. Yeah, battered, exactly. Exactly, yeah, being clumsy with it. Name in point. Button box with an Elgato Stream Deck and 6 analog push analog encoder. Wow, nice, I like that. Fancy. No, not really. I think that was my first or second one. The first one I got was the Tobii Eye Tracker. I tried it for a bit. It's very nice for normal use cases, but unfortunately with this huge mic in front of me, it doesn't really work well with that kind of setup. So I ended up not using it so much. And then the next one is this one with Asus, but not a lot of hardware stuff yet. Hopefully that changes eventually, but we'll see. Infinite macros for sim stuff. Yeah, I wouldn't call it free, I guess, because there's always a price. He is sponsored by Asus, so he has ongoing deals with them. Like he has to make videos and certain commitments, so he gets those stuff in return. But yeah, he doesn't pay for them monetarily, I guess you could say. Sell his soul. So I didn't catch anyone messaging about it. Anyone managed to see the ATS stream? I think they were trying out the new 1.40 graphics update. How was that?
Altitude.
How did that sound? How did that look so far? And if you guys check the Discord, it looks like the 1.40 bug reporting forum thread is already up, and that just means the 1.40 open beta or experimental beta is just starting to peak around the corner. Something we can all look forward to, I'm sure. Oh, finally some clouds up ahead. Let's have a look at that. Hopefully the landscape also gets better at that point. Looks like we are going to start clearing out from these mountains based on Little Navmap here. Yeah, the deserty stuff is here. Is that entire Chile? Oh, the entirety of Chile looks like it's... Wait a minute. This entire west coast is Chile? That long thing? I didn't know it. Is it Chile because it's shaped like a chili? That would fit very well, wouldn't it? Cool. So yeah, it looks like the northern part of Chile is like deserty, But the southern part, that would be a nice area to fly in. A mix of like desert and green, lush areas. Ah, interesting. But yeah, we're crossing over here. This is Argentina already. We crossed a while ago, a while back. But we'll be finishing through the mountains and getting into the lush area soon. Hopefully the satellite imagery is better as well from that point. We'll see how it looks later. I am seeing a bit more textures in there though, a bit more definition. Chilies are hot. Yeah. Speaking of chilies, my lunch later will be pretty much along that line. It's leftovers from dinner yesterday. South American women. Clouds, finally. Yeah, fluffy clouds right next to mountains. That's the amazing view right there. The mountains and the clouds mixing, that will look amazing as we get closer. Too old to look. Yeah, he was in IT before. Very inspirational. Yep, Mrs. Clumsy. Might be watching actually. Let me see. Yes, we do. Exclamation point Discord. More than welcome to join there. That's where all the fun stuff is happening. Did anyone get in on the GameStop action? I hope not. That's a very slippery slope. I have a lot of opinions on that subject matter. How it relates to personal finance, but yikes. Come on. How's our speed? 450 knots, not too shabby. Getting faster and faster. Bit by bit. There we go. That's more like it. It's getting more the landscape that we're liking. Okay, good. Although admittedly, yeah, when you get this high up, 45,000 feet up, the definition of the landscape below will be mostly like satellite imagery. Because normally what Microsoft Flight Sim does, it kind of merges the two, right? It has like the satellite image as a base, but then it adds like the objects, like the trees, the buildings, and the other objects that make it more real. But when you get to a high enough level, those objects disappear. They are not drawn anymore, so you're left with the pure satellite imagery, which lessens a bit the image quality. So it's a side effect when you're high up, which makes sense. You don't see that well from so far up anyway. So it's quite real. It's just less scenic that way though. But you get to enjoy a lot of the higher altitude flights. Get farther. Thanks, Jack. Never told. Your wife says you are. Nice view indeed. Hey, Babao. Thank you for watching. Glad you are enjoying them. Which ones are you particularly fond of? Are you a flight sim or a truck sim fan, or maybe both? If you print something on your printer about sim stuff, yes, I mean, looking forward to that. I am not, as you guys can tell, I'm not really familiar with anything that is 3D printer topic, but it is a very interesting topic and I would love to know more about it. So, looking forward to your posts. See, 1 second. Yeah, definitely. The subs are a huge factor. when getting chosen with hardware and stuff. Oh, that's looking great. Get the screenshot there. With the press of a button. Love it. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. And I love how the weather really transitions from something that is clear from where we are, absolutely no clouds, and you can see the clouds just popping up one by one, transitioning, and then eventually you get a full-blown like overcast sky up ahead. Very nice. So yeah, live weather is something that really something I like. I don't have many complaints with it except for the live weather bug, like your second flight onwards bug. It's it at 95% N1 for the cruise. We'll see. We'll monitor the situation that we don't get too close to overspeed. What is that bug with the live weather? A lot of people are experiencing it, but it's very intermittent for some. Although for me personally, it's consistent. When you do multiple flights, like you load up the sim, you do a flight in live weather, and it's great. You go back to the main menu, go somewhere else, or load up the sim again, and then you don't get any weather anymore. You get clear skies, even if you have it set to live weather. And lots of people have been recording that bug, and they posted it in the forums. Asobo should now be aware of it. I hope they've managed to find the fix because it's irritating. There is a workaround, but it's not really the fix. So I think it's a very small issue because the live weather is there. It's just not activating. It's a small issue that's very hard to find is how isolate is how I think of it, how I see it. You enjoy ETS and now flight sim. Oh, nice. GPU prices are insane. I can imagine. Hopefully it settles down soon. Glad to hear that, Babaw, and glad you caught me on the stream. No laptops available at all. Wow, even laptops? I guess that would make sense. With all the lockdowns, all the schools getting virtual, the demand for laptops in particular would have increased tremendously. 440 euros, goodness. The law of supply and demand, huh? Do we have mountains below us? Very turbulent. Or is this real turbulence that we're encountering? No, it's mountains. I think. Oh, that looks so great. Very nice. Yeah, the work from home, study from home, everything from home. So everything related to technology got a huge boost. Chip companies are prioritizing chips for the moto trade. Shortage of cart production. Sorry. Cat production. I don't quite get that, Jack. What's a moto trade? 1650 was 150 to 160 pounds. Yeah, I remember when I bought my 1070 before, it was more expensive even though the 1070 was like 2 years out already. More expensive than when it came out. But that time when I bought the 1070 was during the time when the bit mining was very rampant. So lots of GPU sold for the mining. Now it's GPU sold for really gaming. So that's good. 3060 Ti. Yeah, true. Hey, kamusta? How are you, man? What have you been up to recently? Watching computer vids, graphic card vids also. You stopped watching? Yeah, can get quite frustrating, huh? I can imagine. Oh, yeah. Yeah, how's the new keyboard, man? RGB, how many frames did you gain? Does it have that clickety sound as well? Like typewriter-ish sound? Smaller local system builders. AK2. Order 3080 will travel to different state, but it's MSRP and guaranteed. That's great, yeah. That's actually a good idea, yeah. Looking for the smaller shops. A bit more personalized. Hey Chris, thanks for joining. How are you? 3090 or 3080 at least. Nice. Yeah, good thing you managed to get a 3070. Yeah, that's a powerful rig. Powerful GPU. And if you're playing truck sim or flight sim, that's more than enough actually. Enjoying SnowRunner. Nice. Any news on Phase 3? When is it going to be out? Can't wait to go logging. Kappa. That's loud, I don't like it. At least 20 more FPS. Oh, love it. Bet Mrs. Jack loves that. Should do a typing stream once. Just type stuff and we can listen to the ASMR typing sounds. Card itself is decent, but the price. Ah, so you didn't get it for MSRP? How much did you get it for the 3070? I think it should be like, what, 500 USD? Ideally? Oh my goodness, blue keys, yeah. Clickety cluckety clunk, indeed. 1100, my goodness. Yeah, that's super pricey. I mean, 1100 euros is like what, 1500 SGD probably? The 3080 is supposedly only 1100 SGD. But at least you have it now. That's okay. I mean, you pay for time. You could either wait for an MSRP or bite the bullet. So now you're enjoying stuff. I know, right? The clouds look so good. So fluffy. Yeah, exactly. Let's see what view we can find. Let's take a photo there. My old keyboard had blue keys as well. I think I was streaming already back then. If you guys remember back in the day, I had a Razer Black Widow Ultimate with the blue keys. Oh my goodness, it was noisy. It was sounding really good though, but not very good with Mrs. Clumsy. She would always complain as well. Even I myself was getting like, oh, I have to press a little bit gentler so it doesn't get as loud. So not very much with my profile. The one I have now is, I think these are brown keys if I remember correctly. I bought these from Japan. No RGB unfortunately, so I'm not gaining any FPS. But I think I'm almost over speeding here. Pull back on the throttle a bit. Getting very close. Thanks to Stream Deck, I have visibility on my airspeed, even though I'm not looking at the PFD. So I'm at 225 knots out of 227. 227 is the overspeed range, I think. Yeah, that's the one. 225, 227. Got pretty close there. Thankfully. Stream Deck saved the day, so I don't hear that beeping. Key switches. Hey Kool-Aid, Which one? They do a red silent, you couldn't hear a thing. Ooh, yeah. Brown, I think, is the balanced one. Oh, I'm actually not sure. Not sure what you would call a click, and I think there's a sound. I'm not sure what you would call it though. Tactile feel of the blue without the noise. It's the brown, I think so. Hey Camel, welcome to the stream. You can type here your problem. You can try and help out. Oh, there's a mountain in front. Being hugged by clouds. Like a blanket. Looks cozy. Stream Deck can show your speed. Yes, there are plugins. So if you look at the mods list, there's a plugin there at the bottom of the list. Something that integrates Stream Deck and Flight Sim 2020, and it can display stuff from the sim into your Stream Deck. It's very smart. I think it's called Flight Tracker. It's free, available in GitHub. Highly recommend it. So you can use it for like instruments, so you can see from your Stream Deck some numbers, and you can also use it as buttons. Yep, Flight Tracker. Exclamation point mods gets you there. When you get into your game and try to fly, it crashes when you select a flight plan. Oh, that can be tricky. Yeah. Have you tried a different flight? The first thing you can do is try and isolate the problem. Is it a specific plane that's causing the crash? Is it a specific area? So you want to try different areas and different planes and see if you manage to load it properly. But it's going to be a very painful process. But yeah, we're here for the next hour or so we can help. Try and load it in. See if you get successful at one point. Scorpion mechanical keyboard. Keys lighten up. My keyboard does not have any lights at all. Well, it does, like a caps lock and num lock, but no RGB, no lighting on the keys. As simple as it gets. Thanks, Alex. Cover his... Hey Rohan, how are you? Cover the steering wheel craziness sounds during Snow Runner. Cherry browns, that's what I have as well, Alex, I think. Yeah. So that is a click, right? Would you call that a click? Yeah, I think my keyboard has brown. How are you, Rohan? 140 hype, yay, Sib! Glad you managed to join. Yes, excited for it. You guys see the 1.40 bug reporting thread already? Or maybe now that we have more people in the stream. Anyone watch the stream last night from SES? How was it? How was the lighting? What's your feedback on the lighting and on the new stuff that's coming in? I only had snippets of looking into the view, the stream. The lighting looked okay, but it didn't look as dramatic as the one we saw from the pictures. So I'm not sure. A bit mixed feelings about it. Feel kind of sick. Feel kind of sick staying outside in the cold for so long. Oh, how's the weather there? I'm doing good, Hasib. Doing good. Glad that you guys are here. Alright, Blazing. No worries, man. Glad you're enjoying your Neofly flights. Catch you again next time. See you soon. A snowstorm yesterday. Bet you love that. Goodness. 16 inches of snow. Wow. Chart about the key switches. Thanks, Oxylad. I'll have a look later. Watched a bit of the stream. New lighting is much better than the old, but not at the level of NL yet. I see. Yeah, I would agree with that statement. It's definitely better than the default. If it's better than NL or better than JBX, I'm not so sure yet, but it's a step forward definitely. So that's always good. Going a bit of on a tangent here, has anyone heard of On the Road recently? On the Road looks like it's coming out in the console, so it's getting a lot of buzz, because we have a lot of console players who are craving for a decent truck sim. I managed to watch a video, a stream on it, on PC still, On the Road, and it looked very promising actually. Like, it's not, I guess, as developed as ETS2 and ATS, but actually it looked pretty nice. The sounds were good. The sounds were definitely good. It sounded like something, it's not too boomish, but it was high quality, like the parking brake sounds, the engine sounds. I would say the engine sounds are much better than default SES. It's actually pretty nice. Although there are limitations. I think you only have Scania and MAN right now and On the Road. And you only have Germany, I think, in the area, but looks like the map is very well done. Like the shoulder when you're joining the Autobahn, it's very long. So it looks like a properly scaled map. It looks very promising. And most of all, I like how they actually focused on the things that SES is not focusing on. Like, they're not trying to compete head to head. Like, oh, you're developing this, I'm also going to develop that. Instead, they're going the different route. Okay, so you're focusing on expanding the map, I'll focus on adding trucking elements. So you have something different from each side. So even though they're both truck sims, they give very different vibes. Like, On the Road is more like the multi-drops are there. It's very nice. You get to plan your route. You get to decide which load you pick up first, which load you drop off first, and you have to be mindful because it's like first in, first out. No, first in, last out, right? Because the first one you put in your trailer is all the way back, so you can't just grab it if you're going to unload that first. You have to plan it very well. And that kind of planning, that kind of element into the trucking, I really like. It's actually very promising. It's nice to see that other truck sims are getting developed as well. Might give it a go at some point. Looks pretty interesting, to say the least. Because before, I didn't really have a good impression on the Road. It's like just something. There's another truck sim competitor that didn't really like it was not maybe worth checking out, but I'm starting to think as otherwise about that. I think they have had many updates since they began, and it's really progressing quite well. Quite some promising stuff there. Do not get any snow there either. Yeah, same here. Alright, Hasib, have a good one. Good luck, good luck. If you're still here, well, good luck even if you're not. Ask Rishpam to work with him on this. I really hope so too. Yeah, they really need help on that regard. I mean, SES is a great company and all, but they really have to focus on the sounds more. Because even you remember that Iberia video that they came out with the new lighting when they traveled, and I think they rode was it an MP4? Oh my goodness, the sounds were so bad. Like, I couldn't watch it so long because I was hearing the engine sounds, and it was like the engine was like, what's happening? And that was the MP4 already. Supposedly it's the truck in ETS with the best default sounds. So it's the biggest improvement area in my opinion in ETS2 and ATS. So hopefully that gets improved. Some snow in NL. 2.8 stars on Steam. Oh, you mean on the road? Oh, Steam reviews. You guys think we can trust that? Truck Driver hasn't that been out for a while? I think that's a console truck sim. If that's the one I'm imagining, or is that something else? Route from Calais to Paris, but on the way you can get another cargo. Yeah, exactly, Oxylad. And in that stream that I watched, he was picking up stuff from the same city, but different establishments. So for example, one from Carrefour, one from this company, one from that company, and he had to know like where is each load going, so that he could plan which load to pick up first, because it would depend on where, like the nearest one should be loaded last because it has to be delivered first. Things like that, that level of complexity. Very nice. And then you have to back up your trailer, which is something that ETS2 also has, but you also have to open the trailer, and then you have to like sign some documents and see the actual pallets getting loaded into the trailer. You go down your truck, those things are not in ETS2, not in ATS. It's a very nice twist on things. Very refreshing. Yeah. Now I can't really gauge if the map is well done. Like in Germany, is it accurate? Are the roads wide enough or too wide? Is the AI a bit clunky? Because usually AI would be a bit clunky, right? So I think it's not as developed, but it's definitely developing. So it looks pretty promising. Looks nice. Can you do that again? The engine sounds? Oh, I think I can record my own. Yes, for April Fools, guys, record it. We'll make our own mix. Oh my goodness. What's the most important mod that I use in ETS2? The mod that I can't start the game without. Oh my goodness, that's a good question. Yeah, it's very hard. It's very hard. Because we have graphics mods, right? We have sound mods. We have map mods. And we have truck mods. Those are the main things for me. Truck mods, I think I can live without. I would love to have them, but even if they're there, I could live with like a decent tuning pack, like the Volvo tuning pack. I can go with that. Cabin accessories and stuff, so that's okay. It's hard. Map mods, like not having pro mods there, it depends. If SCS continues developing the area with their current level of expertise in map making, then pro mods is not going to be a necessity. Although that's not the case right now. That's why pro mods is a must-have. But eventually, the hope is they would develop the entire map in the quality that they can work on now. So map mods eventually you can maybe get rid of, hopefully. Maybe not. Realistically, probably not. But you can still drive somewhere decent, right? Graphics mods, we're getting the new lighting. And even without it, it doesn't look that bad. It can just look a lot better. So it's not a necessity, but it's really improving the experience. So I think sound mods is really my number one. So basically, for me, sounds are the biggest gap in truck sim right now, in ETS2 and ATS. So I would definitely use that instead. Would I recommend on the road? I can't say yet. I would say I'm intrigued. So I would like to try it out. If I get some free time, maybe on Thursday, I'll try and maybe I can stream. We'll see if I can manage, depending on the schedule. But I'd love to check it out and see if it's something that we can pursue or we can enjoy playing in addition to ETS2 and ATS. Yeah, skin mods, real company, freight mods, so many different types, but for me the essentials are really those four. Graphics, sounds. Of course, all of these mods add to the experience, but in terms of like the necessity for me, it's a very close call between map mods and sound mods, I would say. Those are the two biggest gaps at the moment for me. Yeah, Singapore. $10,000%. Thanks for the question. Very interesting. If the FLB is not in your load order, you wouldn't start up ATS. Or the new one. What are you driving right now? The Mac, the classic Mac. The bad influence from Alex. 1:40 a.m. for you. My goodness. Yeah, it's 9:40 for me. I think it should be synced up with this one. Oh no, it's not. This is the sim time. Speaking of sim time, how long does it take to get where we want to go? 1 hour 45? Oh crap, we won't have enough time. We'll have to accelerate things, guys. Okay. So let's have one more view below. Can't even see anything. Purely overcast skies. Would you call that overcast? That looks a bit stormy actually, doesn't it? One sec, huh? Let's see. Not a lot of weather stations here. Interestingly enough, it says very different weather from NOAA. The airport we're going to supposedly has very good weather. The airport will be passing through. Supposedly only has few clouds at 2,500 feet. That doesn't look like few clouds. Oh, we have a local here. Sergio Esteban. Sounds like a local. Cool stuff. Alright, let's increase the sim rate. Just 2 pushes on the sim rate. So this is 4 times. The Mac B62, that's the one. Is that Payware? That looks so amazingly classic. From what year is that truck? Didn't even show you the cool cab over mods. Is that what you were sharing? I saw you were sharing screen, I think a couple of days ago, Alex. You were doing your pitch. Marketing pitch. Yes, Magiros Deutz D16 didn't do. Yes. I think I have a spotlight video for that if I remember correctly. I actually made a vid at one point. I was testing out some mods. I shared it in the Cool Kids Club with the Cool Kids. And that was Alex's takeaway. I was asking how they liked the mods I was testing. I think it was the traffic mod and the Project Next Gen. And the first thing he said was, I like the truck. Good takeaway. Just chatting with a tiny bit of flight sim. Yeah, that's true. With autopilot and this kind of flight, that's true. It's a bit more of a hanging out with you guys. More RGB. I think you need RGB gloves. Is that a thing? Maybe you have to develop something like that. DIY it. You have like a battery pack attached to the back of your palm, and then they would connect to the fingertips, and each finger could have like a different light. Oh my goodness. RGB madness. Oh, it's getting really bumpy. Razer will sell RGB gloves somewhere. We can pitch that idea. Yes, exactly. There's still an open market there somewhere. Increases your FPS by 50%. By up to 50%. So that we aren't charged with false marketing claims. RGB mask? That's a thing? Oh my goodness. Oh, something that I saw recently in Twitch. I was browsing through channels of Twitch. I saw this, what do you call it? Virtual cam or something? But it's like the streamer has an avatar. Like it's not their real face, it's like a 3D character. Apparently that's becoming a thing these days. You guys familiar with that? Yeah, the VTuber. Kind of scary in a way. Like Black Mirror levels. Project Hazel. A face rig. I'm not sure what it's called. I think, yeah, maybe one of those. Hey, downtown. Thanks for stopping by, man. Thanks for your checklists. And thanks for managing the VA. Glad to have you as a manager there. Keeping things afloat. Not only afloat, but flourishing. ETA, 1 hour. Okay, that's looking better. Animaz is the follow-on to Face Rig. Is that the one with the virtual thing? Or are we talking something different? Wee, like a roller coaster now. Virtual avatar. Not sure. I still have mixed feelings about it. Maybe it's just the old guy in me being resistant to change, but it's a bit weird for me at this point. Maybe it will take some time for me to get acquainted with that concept. You used it before as Santa. Goodness. Does it consume a lot of resources? The technological implications of that though, huh? Amazing. That kind of like rendering happens so fast, almost in real time. Have minimal delay. How does the technology work? Does it scan your face? And then it converts that into the virtual avatar kind of thing? Goodness. Very smart though, huh? Technological advancements. Oh, look at the clouds, guys. Getting into different kind of weather here now. I think this is more of the overcast kind of thing. A more uniform kind of cloud here. Not as stormy looking. You can see where it transitions. Typically you're playing two games at the same time. Ah, I see. Takes a lot of resources. That would, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's a great implementation of it. You made her a 3D character to teach kids. That's actually a smart move. You can make it a bit more kid-friendly, make it a bit more, yeah, cool. I'm seeing the implications now, or the applications rather. Yeah, like a cartoon, that's true. Like watching a cartoon, but actually interacting with one. have lots of apps using SDK features. Truckee app, telemetry server, VT log. Yeah, exactly. What's the Truckee app? I don't think I've used it so much. Is that like the one on the phone? I think I've seen it. I haven't tried it. That's why you play ETS less and less. Because your wife is using the PC? It's a good cause. I'm sure the kids are loving it. Great idea. How fast are you going, hey 2490G? 430 knots on the ground, 429. Although we are accelerating the speed a bit, the sim rate, because I have to finish within the stream. We lost all our tailwind, unfortunately, when we turned. It's a proper crosswind now. So look at how we're look at how crabbed we are here, facing to the right but going straight. The crabbery at its finest. So we are facing 200 degrees, but we are traveling on a 190 degree, 10 degrees difference. Good. Overlay that shows info about the route, how much people there are on TP servers, and much more. Ah, I see. So that syncs up with Trucker's MP. And then you have ETS2 telemetry for the actual info from the game directly. I see. Yeah, I played Cyberpunk. I had no interest in it whatsoever. And then on release day, I researched it a bit. I looked up a few articles. I was watching Jack's stream. And in a matter of minutes, I became a fan. So I got it the day. I actually pre-purchased it, like an hour before the release. And then I got addicted to it, finished it. And I'm looking forward to the updates, the DLCs. It leaves a lot of promises hanging. But because I wasn't really involved with the whole, how do you say, craze or hype, I wasn't really sure what to expect, so I just enjoyed what was there. Which is, I think, the perfect way to enjoy a game. Just enjoy what's there, and that's that. A lot of people were disappointed because there were lots of false promises, I think. And so people were expecting a lot and got disappointed with what came out. This is also why I try not to read movie reviews when I watch a movie or watch a series. I want to experience it for myself with zero expectation, so I get to enjoy it in its purest form. How are we doing? Yes, doing good. Look at that. With the cruising altitude, our fuel flow is now 400. Started at like 900 pounds per hour, I think. Got cut in half as we climbed to the higher flight levels. And now we'll have 3,000 pounds left over by the time we arrive. Cool. Yes, we do, Jack. 3,000 pounds. More than enough. Now, the quality of the landing, it can't calculate that, unfortunately, so you'll still have to hang on tight. Definitely going with the CRJ when it's out downtown. Well, they say that the CRJ has similar avionics with the CJ4. I think it's similar to the Proline 21 or whatever avionics this is. So it's, I guess, a bit similar with the 737. So it wouldn't be starting from scratch. But yeah, I guess the learning curve will be steep still. But I'm looking forward to that learning curve. That's the exciting part in flight sim, right? Learning a study level plane. Really knowing how it behaves. Oh, look at the landscape, guys. So different now. And we've gone past the clouds. We're now in a very... Although I think some clouds coming up ahead again. Oh, that's fine. We'll make it work. Unsub! What's parachute back? Game got rushed because people are impatient. Yeah, lots of false advertising in there. Lots of pressure, I guess, from investors and gamers. Lots of promises. But the game itself is great. It's just not as great as as people have expected. I really enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to playing it more when the DLCs, when new content arrives. Multiple storylines, yeah, that's true. Although the storylines are not so developed, it mostly only has a change in the beginning and then some dialogue choices, but it's not like a completely different story. You're like start from different parts, but by the end of the prologue, you're all at the same point, something like that. So it's not as different. I think Dragon Age might be a bit more different in that regard. I played Dragon Age before. I think all of them. I remember the first Dragon Age, Dragon Age Origins. That one I really enjoyed. I finished all of the storylines because I think it's a different story if you're a warrior, you're a mage, and then you have like different side quests depending on what kind of class you are. So what I would say like a different storyline altogether. The one in Cyberpunk is just a different origin. Maybe that's one of the promises they made. One of the promises that people were calling them out for. Alright, Oxy. Great to have you here. I'll have a look at Discord later, what you shared. Thanks again, catch you next time. Hey, Sufalufa. I'm living in Singapore at the moment, so all of my parts are from Singapore. Yeah, so unfortunately can't share much about the PC parts in the Philippines. The one that was famous back when I lived there was which area was that? Gilmore. The stores in Gilmore. I'm not sure if that's still the thing. I would imagine. It's like the Banawe. Banawe was for cars, Gilmore was for PC parts. $33 minutes, 3,200 on the fuel. It's actually pretty stable here, huh? We're traveling at the ×4 sim rate and it doesn't feel laggy at all. Very nice implementation of the sim rate. On PC it's pretty stable, and consoles really bad. Yeah, that's true. Although even on PC I've gotten a couple of crashes. I think that's been patched by now though, so thankfully not as bad. Oh, looks so nice. I would love to do some hand flying though. That would be cool. I also have a discontinuity here. Well, let's just connect that. Okay, mid direct barrel, that discontinuity. Execute. Where are we now? Yeah, getting a lot more lively here. Comes to actually, although it's a bit still mixed landscape, isn't it? Still a bit barren, not as lush. I like that how even the phases of the moon are accurate. The moon placement, depending on the time of day, and I guess the month as well. I think that varies as well in the sim. Very nice. Hand flying! Guess parachute again. Yay! Oh my goodness. get back to normal sim rate, guys. We're almost there. Top of descent. Let's have a look. So the runway, we actually have a missed approach here. Runway is actually almost on sea level. Minimums would be 1,700. Let's review that. Let's get Navigraph in here. Runway 11 approach. So we'll be coming from Varul, 3,000 feet. Vutro, 1,700. Gemsa is the final approach fix at 1,660. So I'll put the selected altitude to minimums, I guess. It could be a good thing. 320. And I'll just put it back up to missed approach altitude later once we've managed to catch the glide slope. But 320 or 350. Say 400 would be a good starting point. Right, so let's do that. Oh, yeah, I can actually change the altitude as well from Stream Deck. There you go. It's nice, so you can see it changing in the thousands. If I press on the button, it changes 100. If I hold on the button, it changes 1,000. Quite nice. Much more controllable and doesn't have that momentum kind of thing, which I absolutely hate. So we said 400. There you go. 400 feet. Let's activate VNav. Path is armed. Good. And later on we'll calculate our approach speeds. Merch! Oh, did you guys see that? Actually, I'm not sure if it's been announced. Teespring will be changing its name. It's becoming Spring, which makes a lot of sense. Get your mugs from there. Because it's not about t-shirts anymore, just t-shirts. And now you can actually sell digital content as well, like wallpapers and stuff like that, I imagine. Very flat area in here now. Calmer winds, yeah, this is. Carmen de Patagones. Where is Patagonia? You guys mentioned it's to the south, right? Is that a country? I'm absolutely clueless. I only hear of it because I know some people, some colleagues went there. But I have no idea where it is. Sound effects for ringtones. Oh yeah, that's good merch. With the engine. Engine sounds. Just mishmash anything, and that's like how the truck sounds are like right now. Snowflake coming up. Top of descent. There we go. And let's make sure we don't overspeed. Super calming. Clumsy GPUs. We have to think of a different meaning for the GPU, then we can sell it. Very bottom of, is that South America? Oh, overspeed, getting close. We'll need some speed brakes in here. I am at idle throttles and I'm still overspeeding. Why oh why? Let's have a look again at the map. and I'll monitor the situation and the speed. So where? Falkland. Oh, that's the Falkland Islands? Interesting. Why does that sound familiar? Was that in the Crown? Just too lazy to type all that out, and now you did it. Yes. Exactly. Incoming alert sound. Oh crap! No, 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 no. That will keep you calm. Am I looking at Patagonia, guys? Should I be seeing it somewhere? Falkland War. Is that the one in the Crown? Yeah, I think that's the one. With Argentina, was it? In the UK? Hey, Gogaman, this is the CJ4 Mod by Working Title. Exclamation point mods gets you there. In the 80s. Ah, that's the one. That's why it sounds familiar. Thanks. Yeah, because we watched Crown recently. Right. Time of the Iron Lady. Very interesting series. I guess it's a bit of historical reference with a little bit of how do you say, Hollywood flair. Really Hollywood, but Netflix flair. Ah, Patagonia is part of Chile, so southern tip of Chile. I see. That's why I can't find the name. Okay, so that might be it then. Cool. Looks like Singapore. I was like at the tip of Malaysia. Nice. If that's all the way south like that, must get pretty cold there, huh? Does look like it. Ah, there we go. Much better sights. Pretty calm winds though, thankfully. So many islands indeed. We're actually going to land on the coast here, so I think the airport would be somewhere there at the tip. Looks like it at least. Or, one second, because we'll be turning right before this lake. Might be actually over there. Cool stuff. Right, we can speed up a bit. Where you're landing is just on the northern edge of Patagonia. It extends all the way to the tip. So is this classified as Patagonia already, where we're going? I'll show you the map, guys. That's where we're going. And why can I not see the Patagonia word on the map? It does seem like we are pretty far away from the south though. So maybe not too close yet. Unless it's a huge area. Yeah, South America is somewhere I'm not really familiar about. So many things you can explore here, huh? You have a look at that airport. The gates are there, so we'll probably have to back taxi Unless we can make it through here and turn left at Alpha. Like make a semi V-shaped U-turn, V-turn. Alpha. Oh, yesterday I had a nice flight in Brazil. I landed in one of the airports that was super dense. Let me show you, maybe I can show you a photo. 1 second. Let me try and see if I can show you a photo from here. So it started off, 1 second. Electric drum kit for his university scores. That's the hope. Good luck. Maybe that's revenge for your keyboard. For the keyboard you bought. So, 1 second, where is it? This one, I think. Yeah, okay. So that was my flight yesterday in Brazil with some weird patterns on the ground. I'm not sure if that's really how it looks. The satellite images. But so it was pretty lush, lots of farm fields looks like. And then the actual airport where I landed, I forgot which one it was, but it started getting pretty dense. And then on final approach, it became that way. Like, oh my goodness. A lot of times I had to look outside, see, am I going to crash into someone's roof or something? Because the airport was just right here on the edge. So yeah, pretty scary stuff, but that's the kind of airports that you see when you're flying with Skypark. Cool stuff. Check this out. 280, still on our descent here. Getting a bit closer though. Oh, that's an interesting landscape. Lots of very windy rivers on that side. Yeah, like look at this one. It's still a bit like, what do you say, foggy, or the satellite image is a bit low res, right? Because we're so high up. As we get closer, around 12,000 feet or lower, oh crap, getting over speeding again. Monitor. As we get closer, that will fill out with the objects and it will look way more realistic. Same with the photos that I showed. It looks much better when you're below, when you're close to the ground. Let's see. Don't believe him if he says it doesn't have a headphone jack. Maybe he'll ask you if your keyboard has a headphone jack. What will you answer then? Hammer at the ready. Patagonia is a large area, a region actually. Landing right on the northern edge, I see. So that's really part of it already. That is a huge region, huh? Nice. Maybe somewhere we can go to in the future when things get back to normal. Remember those days, guys, when you could fly, you could go anywhere you want? Remember when you could go to any restaurant you liked? Good old days. Normal, what's that? Exactly. Lies. Unfortunately not, Gogaman. From what I heard, there is like a default model that loads up. So if you don't have the same plane, I think other people will see it as like a... Is that a G58? But it's one of the default planes basically. So even if you're flying a fighter jet, you're feeling so cool intercepting different players from their view, you're just a normal propeller plane. You know, you don't look fancy at all, at least not as fancy, but you're still going fast. You just don't look as cool. Actually, now that you say it, remember those times when we've had friends flying with us? Maybe those are actually fighter jets or something. We're just not seeing them that way. It's a bit of a limitation at the moment. I hope they fix that eventually. Loading planes. I don't know how they would do it though. So you'd have to sync it up. Varul. Okay, that looks pretty much on point. And if we find that it's a nice place around, we can actually go around and fly a bit before we land. We can make that work. We can hand fly stuff. Jack will be happy with that. Oh, my speeds are all over the place. Come on, you can do that. So any fearless forecast when 1.40 is coming out? My fearless forecast is it's going to be Saturday. Saturday for me, or Friday night for me, after the stream. That would be the most probable thing. When 1.40 comes, guys, we'll definitely be checking out open beta, but I'll probably be checking it out in ATS. ETS 2, I'll probably stay with 139, so we can still continue our season 2. So we don't have to stop it altogether. But for the new 1.40 content, I think I'll be checking those out in ATS. Let the tagging begin. $18,000 feet. Switch to local altimeter. 29905. Good. Now we can actually also calculate our approach here. Winds at Gobernador Castillo 161 at 5 knots. Temperature outside is 18 degrees. And QNH altimeter is 3003 actually. Quite different. Let's maybe follow that instead. Quite different altimeter setting here. Okay. Anti-ice off, landing speeds 108, 115. Sounds good to me. Looking good. Do we have any VORs we can tune? There is a VOR right there at the airport, 117.1. That's actually tuned in here already. That's perfect. We can have that view in here just to see it if we can find it already. Bearing source VOR1. There it is. Victor India Echo. Is that the one? That is the one. But I don't think it's a... I think it's a VOR without the DME. Because it's a VOR DME in many cases. But there are some which are just a VOR. So it tells you in which direction it is in. That the radial, but it doesn't tell you how far you are away from it. So there's no DME, the distance. What does DME mean? Distance marker equivalent. Probably not. I'm the best guy at acronyms. Reveal trailer for Mass Effect. Oh yeah, who shared it in Discord? I think it was it Chris who shared it in Discord? I didn't watch it yet though. be so cool, huh? The classic. So is it like remastered or really a remake? Would be great either way. You were trucking. Where have you been going today? Are you in ETS? Almost there, 12,000 feet. Let's have a look outside. Do you guys think it looks like that in real life? It looks like stained glass. Looks a bit weird, doesn't it? I don't know, it looks a bit too uniformly chaotic. That's how I would call it. Looks like a floor pattern. Interesting. Spent like 2 days to find out how the working title works. This mod, yeah, it's amazing. Bit of a learning curve, but it works great. Let's go below 250 knots here. We're getting to 10,000 feet. That DB Creations traffic mod we had to jump through hoops to get. It's on the Steam workshop. Which one? The ATS version? I thought it was Payware. Wombat trucking. Oh yeah, the map. How is Wombat doing, by the way? Does anyone have news? Hope he's doing better. Amsterdam. There's no question about it. That's where he was. For sure. Ah, yes. The ATS2 version I was able to download from the workshop. But the ATS version I think is the Payware one. Trap. Oh, that's actually nice. When I turn on the speed brakes, you can actually hear a bit the drag, the wind dragging. It's cool. Turn on the landing lights. Seatbelt signs can go on as well.
May I
Pretty
have
close.
your attention, please? The captain has turned on the seatbelt sign.
Press map, pole and
Please
rebuilding.
fasten your seatbelt
Nice.
and shoulder harness at this time. Thank you.
More private jets. Hey there, Lo. Yeah, welcome to the stream. I highly doubt that Microsoft will add more planes, but for sure the third-party content creators will do that for us. That's usually how it goes. Microsoft will continue improving the platform, the support for these planes, so that more advanced ones can be made. But I don't think they will make any detailed planes themselves. Silver Bullet mod. I haven't heard of that. What does it do? Sounds intriguing. More lies. Turn on the terrain just to make sure that we're not going through any possible problems up ahead. It does look like a pretty flat scenery, just to be sure, because we're not familiar with this area. All the passengers are werewolves. Silver gray color. Ah, so it changes the color of the plane. I see. What's wrong with this one? It looks fancy. This one looks like a submarine. What year would you place this kind of design, guys? It's definitely not 2020. What is this? 1980s? A bit more on the classic side. Load up Navigraph here. Minimum 320. I actually didn't plug that in yet. Let's program that quickly. Barrow 320. There you go. Just 300 feet above ground. Looking good right there. Should see the airport right where the VOR is pointing, so somewhere there. Look outside. See anything? No, let's look outside really. Somewhere there probably. Yeah. It looks so old. Black or gray design or black page. Yeah, somewhere like the longitude, huh? The longitude looks so modern. Like even just how the yoke, the shape of the yoke looks like on the longitude, looks so modern. What have you watched since getting Disney Plus? Yeah, that's a good question. What have you guys watched in Disney Plus? Aside from Mandalorian, what is worth it? I'll probably be getting it for 1 month at least, getting Mandalorian. If I'll keep it, we'll see if I find more stuff. Must be eating pizza. WandaVision. Is that series done already, or is it like a 1 episode per week kind of thing? Flown the A320NX. It's okay. The performance is not very good yet. Like with the CJ4, they put a lot of focus on the performance. So they are limiting the functionality so that it doesn't slow down so much. I think the A32, the fly-by-wire team has a different philosophy. So there are lots of features in, but the performance is not yet quite there. So it's a bit framey for my taste. So I'm waiting for the next update, 0.5.3 was it? Something like that, before I try it again. I think they also focus on lots of different cool stuff, like the METARs, getting the weather, printing the weather for the airports, which is fancy. But I think it has a bit more improvement area on the navigation itself. Like missing altitudes, constraints, the VNav, things like that, I think is still work in progress. So in terms of flying, really, the CJ4 is really my go-to, but the next best thing for me probably is the fly-by-wire A320. Slow down here. I actually don't see where the airport is. Oh, you guys want to try a missed approach? Let's try a missed approach just once. You have time, right? Yes, let's do that. Because I'm so stumped with the missed approach procedure. So many manual things you need to do. So let's pull it here. That's where we are in Barul. Missed approach is, let's see. Climb to 3,000 feet. Proceed on track, VV483. Then turn right direct Potma, reaching 3,000, so that waypoint, and hold or follow ATC instructions. Okay, so 3,000 and then hold. Okay, let's see. There are so many steps. What I find interesting though is it doesn't seem to be showing the missed approach procedure here. We do have it there, but we don't have the blue, the cyan color thing. Normally it would have something like that showing the missed approach. Maybe if I turn off the terrain. Nah, not really. Interesting. I don't know. We'll have to see. Below 200 knots, flaps coming out. I see the airport up ahead. 747 one day. That would be great. Turning final. Final approach fix is final approach course is 106 degrees. Landing gear going down. Slow-mo of the landing gear. It's beautiful. Actually, that's a very nice photo. Let's take a photo there. Can't see the runway. Oh, that's the one. Fairly small. 160 knots. Flaps 35. Actually, I think I should have armed the approach. There we go. Arm the approach. Glide path coming up. By Gemsa. So we activated it just enough, just right, I think. Speed altitude, the one on the above, that's Sim Toolkit Pro. That's free. Very nice program. 1 episode per week, 1 division, I see. Should finish on March 5th. Oh, by the time I get there. By the time I get it, it's finished. Perfect. So Mandalorian and 1 division for sure. I don't think so, Gogaman. I think it will not happen still. I'm not so sure how it works. Because Microsoft Store is not really by Microsoft. So not everyone would have the files there unless you buy it. I'm not even sure if it would show up even if you buy it. I haven't tested yet. But I think you'll really have to have the plane before you see someone represented accurately.
Altitude.
Yeah, that's a bit weird. You have the stuff there. Missed approach altitude we can set already. 3,000 on the altitude. Good. Or still on the glide path here. Looking good there. Approach speed. But yeah, the one I'm looking for is the... So look at this one. After runway 11, there should be the missed approach, the blue line. The same color as this VOR. It should be going somewhere based on these waypoints. Not sure why there is not such a thing. But okay, we'll try it out on our own. So let's say we'll turn off autopilot here. Turn off your damper. Minimums is 320. So by 320, we'll check if we will land or not. And we'll try doing a missed approach just for practice. It's hard. I tried it a couple of times. It was so messy. Because there are so many things you need to remember. With an ILS approach, there are even more things. So thankfully, we're doing an RNAV approach. One less thing to worry about. Okay, hand flying it. So far, so good. The weather looks good, even though the winds are coming from the left a bit. Getting blown off to the right, crabbing a bit to the left here. Alright. We're a bit high. It's fine. Hope I remember the steps. Wish me luck, guys. It's for your own good.
Minimums.
Going around. So we put takeoff thrust. We press go around. We pitch up. We go flaps 15. Positive rate. Gear up. And then we go flaps up. Climb to 3,000 feet. And then we go hit the nav mode so that we would get led to the VOR. And let's go FLC mode here. And let's go back to climb detent. So yeah, so many things happened, right? So many things happened at the same time. Let's pull back on the throttle. Still hand flying it. It worked. Thankfully. That worked so far, I think. Yeah, even though it's not appearing, I think it's following it. So what we can do, turn on autopilot here. Okay. There you go. So now where are we going? Headed to Potma, and then at Potma we hold. Okay, good. So now what we're doing is actually, if you look at Navigraph, what we did was that exactly 3,000, and then we're turning direct to Potma. And then from Potma here, we're doing a hold. But what we can do now is we can try the approach again, this time picking the Potma the transition. So at Potma, we turn right and follow the approach again. Something like that. Something like that we can try. Okay, let's see. So what I can do... There it is. Potma. So we're following that straight to Potma. Okay, that makes sense. And now we see that it's been drawn. A while ago it wasn't. Strange. Wonder why. So now if we pick... one second. Let's go to heading mode here. Because I think this will change. Switch to heading mode. Okay. And then let's remove that. Let's arm our nav 1-1 approach again, but this time pick the Potma transition. Execute. So now the legs page would be remove the discontinuity there. So it would be Potma to Vutro exactly. Exactly. There you go. Okay, good. And now what we can do is go down to 400 feet again, arm VNav, and see how it works. Alright, can get back to chat. Sorry guys, get a bit busy there. Star wants T plus launches. Nice. Alright, I will explore it for sure. I thought I was missing. I wondered what I was missing in terms of messages. All the emotes apparently. Okay, looking good there. Votro 17. Let's see if we can do an approach again. Probably best if I deploy my flaps already so we have more breathing room for maneuvering. Start relearning the 747. That's great, Jack. Maybe we can fly soon. Oh, look at this. This is not bad. I'm looking at the breadcrumbs for Little Navmap. You can see how professional that is. So we were doing the approach. We did the missed approach. Climbed to 3,000, turned right. And then we are going direct to Potma. Exactly as the published missed altitude procedure. Love it. That works. And that is thanks to Working Title that support is in. Amazing stuff. Oh my goodness. Emote only mode for this room. Let's see if I can understand your messages based on that. The emote only stream. Hey Arnab. Interesting time to join the stream, huh? Oh crap, nav mode. Yes, good call. Go, 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 turn. I think we should have enough space. And then what's the final approach course again? 106. 106. Probably best to arm the approach as well when we turn final. Does it even work? Well, I can see the emotes. Not sure I can understand them. There you go. Nightbot talking to me at least. Okay. Making that turn. Looking good. Let's arm the approach. Approach LNAV1 is active. Glide path is armed. Man, that's the first time I ever had a successful missed approach. Successful missed approach. That sounds weird, huh? Yeah, that's cool though. Speaking only. Oh man, that looks so good. I like the one a while ago with the landing gear though. That might be the thumbnail shot right there. Later. Pull back on the throttle. Top of descent coming up. That should start descending soon. There you go. It's deploying the landing gears as well. See it from this view. Super cool look. Professional looking, doesn't it? Oh, that looks so nice. Okay. Let's make the landing work this time if we can. Let's hope the landing just goes as well. No promises there. No promises there. Glide path is armed. That's cool. Awesome. Now we can go up to missed approach altitude in terms of the selected alt. Don't stop descending. Don't stop descending. Good. All right. Yeah, we have a Disney Plus marketer right here. Works on the side. Maybe a shareholder even. Oh, that's the one, yeah? You can imagine this one. If it's only the satellite image, it looks kind of nice. Not as high quality, but once you plop in the trees, once you plop in the buildings, think Kiralis, right? Adding all those trees. That makes it so nice. Looking good right there. Flaps 35. We can hand fly this from here.
Autopilot.
I'm feeling confident. Might be false confidence though. We will see. Minimums is still 320. We're doing the same approach. Looking good. Maintain the approach speed. Winds are still coming from the left. Falling below approach speed for a bit. Increase the throttle. Okay, V-turn. Okay, good so far. 115 is the approach speed. We are getting a bit high though. Man, the runway looks so small from here. It's okay, we'll adjust later as necessary. How many knots is the... Oh, it's barely nothing. 2 knots crosswind from the left. That should be almost calm. Pretty high up now. Let's catch up to it. Your TV refuses. Mass Effect Legendaries on pre-order already. How much is it? You guys planning to buy? So, is it a remaster or is it a remake? Like, is it the same game
500.
with enhanced graphics? Or are they really like FF7 remake levels? Still a bit high here. Let's catch up to it. I think I did a better approach a while ago.
minimums, minimums.
Yeah, we're landing. We're landing this thing. Looks good. We'll manage this. Believe. Okay, cutting off the throttle. Very nice. Just settle it down like so. Speed brakes, spoilers. Ground spoilers coming up. We missed the V-turn, I think. Yeah, we'll have to back taxi. That's fine. At least it's a calm, smooth ride. Welcome to Gobernador Castillo. We arrived, finally guys. It's a long flight. Drop off whatever stones these are. I don't even know what we're carrying. Right, while we're taxiing back, we turn off the heaters and make sure we're headed the right direction. There you go. 1, 2, 4, 3. Remastered and optimized for 4K. Fancy. Awesome. Turn off the flight directors. Clean stuff up. Woohoo! Thank you, thank you. Thanks, Arnab. Ugh. Goodness. At least you didn't do that right on the landing. Right on short final. Thanks, adventurer. Very nice landing. Well, thankfully we had nice weather, so it wasn't so challenging. But yeah, we got lucky this time. Awesome stuff. Flaps coming up. Taxi lights, strobes off. $60 US. That's not bad. That's 1, 2, and 3 Mass Effect. Nice. Doesn't include Andromeda. Is that counted as a Mass Effect game? I wasn't able to play that. I remember we were discussing it before though, that it wasn't as bad as it was, like the impression, as my impression of it was.
A few moments later.
There you go. Lots of TBMs here. Oh no, actually, lots of all the different lanes. Now let's go and look for that marshaller. Should be somewhere here. Love that view. Oh, there's a marshaller right there. Is he expecting me to face that? Oh, he was expecting me to be on that side. Oh, we clipped the guy. Sorry. So I think he was expecting me to park right here in between. Oh, that's fine. We'll make it work. Just tug it along a bit. That's okay. Alright, good. Made it in one piece, thankfully. Got lucky this time. Too shabby, I'll take it. 2-hour flight. I think that's the longest one I've done in a while. Usually it's like an hour flight or so. Let's not forget to deliver this though. There we go. Phew. One step closer. I think 1 or 2 more jobs and we'll get to level 5. Let's see if I manage to unlock anything. Like if you look at the Soriano jobs, maybe. If I can find any of those now. Oh, come on. Still nothing. It will take a while, I think. It will take a while. Dang it. But that's cool. So you have something. Awesome stuff, guys. Andromeda is nice, but gets a little... Go here, come back, go here. Ah, I see. In small amounts. Awesome stuff. Well, thanks guys for hanging out with me. Can't believe you made it. Maybe I should believe it, huh? Did that get logged? Right, so I'll catch you guys on Friday, not 11 yet. And let's hope that 1.40 is there. Maybe I should have done one more missed approach, huh? So we land right on 11. Sure thing, Jay. Thanks for the recommendation. Oi! Too early. Have a good one, guys. Clumsy flying. Catch you on Discord in the meantime. And at the latest, catch you on Friday for some trucking. Hopefully 1.40 by then, but if not, we'll make a way through. Thanks, have a nice day. Appreciate the company. GG.